Alright, hi. Your Department of Defense standard practice for engineering drawings, non-measure sensitive military standard 100G, 9 July 1997. Distribution distribution statement approved for public release. Distribution is unlimited. Alright, the military standard for the proof of the Audit Department is the agency with the Department of Defense. Beneficial comment for the recommendation, addition, deletion of the written data, which may be used for the improvement of the document addressed with the Commander, U.S. Army Research Development Engineering Center. The intent of the AMSTA AREDE Pescanti Arsenal, New Jersey 07806 5000 by improvement standardization document improvement proposal 1426 appearing at the end of the document of the letter. Preferred standard engineering drawing practices. American Side Mechanical Engineers Y14100M. The contractual application of military standard 100 is permissible provided one or both of the following conditions exist. It is required that a fully justifiable Department of Defense activity be a design activity applicable with the item requirements government logistics support. This military standard provided the standard practice for the preparation, engineering drawings, drawing format, media for delivery. Requirements for the drawings derived from maintained with a computer-aided design. Or CAD. Procedure for the creation, title of the engineering drawings, number of the coding of the application, procedure for the engineering drawings, associated with the document, reference engineering drawing, associated list. Alright, location of the marking of the engineering drawings, the policy for the DoD utilize with the maximum degree possible with the non-government stand with the satisfied with the need of the military according to the stand will be revised periodically to advantage of the use of non-government standards which meet the Department of Defense criteria with the technical sufficiency. Similar in keeping the Department of Defense practices of adopting the non-government standards were impractical. The chapters 600 and 700 contained with the previous version of the military standard 100 have been entirely replaced by the ASME Y1435M, ASME Y1434M, respectively, with the chapter 200 largely based on the IAS Association of Society of Mechanical Engineers Y1424M. Accurate precipitation of the Department of Defense engineering practices therefore necessitates user recognition military standard 100G. American Side Mechanical Engineers Y1424M, 1434M, 1435M, and 14100M are being a composite set. Fundamental to current content and maintenance of military standard 100 existing with the Department of Defense industry drawing practice with the DRPRG, drawing practice in Department of Defense industrial drawing practices and response drawing practice groups chartered with the Defense for the Standardization Program, cooperative effort of the Department of Defense Institute industry directed toward the codifying and standardization engineering documentation practice for promoting acceptable non-governmental standards for it, fostering liaison between industrial association and government agency. The Department of Defense Industrial Drawing Packaging Group addresses the entire range of the issue, current status, need for the change of the military standard 100, electronic data storage for the transmission, ongoing requirement compatibility initiative associated with the continuous acquisition lifecycle support. Your drawing packages chaired with the Department of Defense for the lead standardization activity. For the Department of Defense Industrial Drawing Practices Group is chaired with the Industrial Association member of the Office of the Assistant Secretary of Defense Production and Logistics provided with the management oversight through the representative of the executive liaison. Department of Defense Initiative Practice, the Department of Drawing Practice, the Response Group, Practices Group meets 3 to 4 times a year to address the issues before they are brought to it. For more information for the Drawing Practice, the Response Group that proceeds, please contact the Department of Defense Drawing Packaging Group leads standardization activity. Located and address indicated with the beneficial comments. Alright, content scope, 2 applicability documents, government document specification, standard with the handbook, other government documents, drawing publication, non-governmental publication, order proceeds, order of precedence. Definition, acronym, abbreviation, used within standard acceptance for the adopted items, altered item, the approved item, name of the artwork master, assembly and sample, assembly associated list with the bulk items, the code identification, commercial, government entity code, commercial item, contract activity, contractor, copy with the critical safety characteristic, critical safety item, current state designs, activity, Department of Defense index, specification standards, the design activity, digital data distribution statement, documentation, drawing, engineering drawing format. Duplicate original end product, end item, engineering data, fields, federal supply code, manufacturer finding number of the item number, Government design activity group with initial graphic exchange specification item and item manufacturer item identification manufacturer match parts national recognized standard of the national stock number governmental standard document nuclear effects nuclear hazards critical item nuclear hardness critical item process observation critical item observable critical process original date original design activity part of the part identification number procuring activity product with identification product definition, data product master, qualification, quality assurance, referred products, repairable parts, repairable replacement drawing, selected items set with the specification, standardization, documentation, certain company, assembly, supplier, symmetrical opposite parts, system, unit vendor. General requirements coverage reference for the standard detailed requirements applicability notes intended use applicability acquisition requirements issued with the Department of Defense ISS tailoring guidance tailoring international agreement to the Air Standardization Coordinating Committee with the Air Standards American British and Canadian Australian Army Standardization Quadra-Paraded Standardization Agreement, drawing ownership, drawing identification, design activity, current and original design, drawing ownership of the ozone depletion completion with the application military standard 100 reference for the non-governmental standard subject of the term keyword listing change of the previous issue. Alright, chapter 100, preparation engineering drawings. We're going to skip to the 100. General basic when we in the next tape. General basic practice of the metric practices, graphical symbol designation letter symbol abbreviation graphic symbols. Graphic symbols, fluoric power drawing diagrams, ship structural symbols, printed board drawings, data preparation, maintenance, delivery, access materials, plastic sheet, roll, place. Paper tracing film, diazotype, digital data plotters, maintenance, associated material, physical media with the initial graphic exchange specification, raster, data file, standardization, general markup language, preparation, duplicate, original drawing, mark of the item, packaging, identification, drawing, requirement of the part, identification, marking, package item, altered, secured, or source control, identification, printed board, assembly, code, identification, FSCM, or cage code. Chapter 2 and type of the engineering drawings, general drawing type of the standard microcircuit drawing, the standard microcircuit drawing requirements, standard microcircuit drawing limitation. Chapter 300, general drawing title, approved item names of the type of the designator, assembly procedure for the creating of the drawing type of the general, first part of the title, second part of the title, disclosure for the security categories. Chapter 4, numbering, coding, identification, general commercial government entity code for the commercial drawing number, the drawing, identification number, party, identifying number, the fine number, the identification requirement, the new drawing, associated with existing drawing, associated list, reference document, cage code, drawing number, the structure, pin length, and then application records, associated list transferred for design, responsibility to another activity to maintain design activity identified with the identified item identification number, the pin identification number, the cross reference to the item vendor, item control, source control, notation, cage code, as prefix the number of the related parts of the match part designation, systematic opposite mirrored parts, inseparable assembly change requiring the new identification computer program. Changes not requiring new identification materials process for the protective the treatment with the group identification of the identification, formulation, identification, bulk items, identification, and drawings for bulk items. Alright, chapter 500, marking on engineering drawings, generally symbol, specialized node with a hardened critical node with the ozone, depleting chemical nodes, security classification, notation rights of the data legend of the drawings and the distribution statement. Appendix A, security classification markings, general scope, applicable documents, government documents, the other government documents, definite general requirements, security classification, notification, sign classification, application, certification, security classification, size, security markings, color security markings, local security markings on drawings, security markings on roll size of the drawings, location security markings, associated list, location security marking the drawings, the book form regarding classification, qualification, provision, source of the control drawing, general scope, applicable to document, definition, qualification, small business, control drawing, source of supply of the testing, laboratory, general requirement, the purpose, intent of the governmental source, control drawing, qualification, focal point, multi-source supply, existing drawing, significant listing, manufacturer obligation, government obligation, associated approved sources of supply, affected change of the drawing, advertising, quality, and authority of quality, qualification, award, contracts of advertising, notice of the detailed requirement determination to be made with the design, procuring activity, publicity, additional notice for the industry, application for the qualification, additional information, additional limited rights of the data, of the authorization, requalification, qualification data, of the action of the test data, of the act with authorization, retest, prior test data, facility survey. Retention of approved source for the supply staff with the drawing revision change for the product with the cost of the testing change for the cost of the testing charge for the small business concern charge of the retesting available over the data derived with the industry expense deletion source of supply procedure for the removal of the notification removal of the publication removal of the form manufacturer reciprocal qualification of agreements. All right, and then it shows you figures and tables. All right, one, scope of the standard of the along with the American Society of Mechanical Engineer Y14100M established with the essential requirement of the reference data applicable to preparation, revision, engineering drawings associated with the Department Agency with the Department of Defense, the ASME with the Y14100M, and the preferred with the requirement of the document with the engineering drawing pack for this standard should only be used in lieu with the American Society of Military Mechanical Engineers Y14100M for the necessity of the Department of Defense. Design activities fully justified with the governmental logistics support with the C62. Alright, applicable documents, and we can cut the tape there.